Hi, I want to start by showing you guys my note cards. Here's the first one in the back, the second one in the back, and I have two. Hi everyone, my name is Jennifer Daniels, and I wanted to first start by telling you just a little bit about why I'm interested in growing cucumber plants from a seed, because that's what I'm going to be talking to you about how to do, right? It interests me because usually when I bring a plant home from the store that's already grown, it dies within a week or two because I usually forget to water it, or it gets too much sunlight, or I'm just really bad at it. But it interested me because I really wanted to grow my own, and I was determined to do that, and I have. So I'm excited to share that with you guys. And I want to show you how you do it also. So I want to talk about first why soil is so important. According to Allison Stevens, vegetables obtain nutrients through the soil. So of course it's important to make sure you're getting the right soil for your cucumbers. You might wonder when the seed is going to actually sprout into a plant, and it's within 7 to 14 days according to Burpee.com. So that's something to look forward to. Also, something I found is the height of the soil. For me personally, has been something very important because some of the plants that I did, the soil was lower and they didn't do very well. So you want to make sure the soil is high enough, and I'm going to show you that in just a minute with my visual aid. You need to choose a good brand of soil. That's super important. Bonnie Plants recommends a Miracle-Gro formula, and I'm going to show you my first visual aid, which is I'm going to show you what I used. So this is the soil I used. I don't know if you can see that. It's Jiffy Natural and Organic Seed Starting Mix is what I used. And it's important because just like with humans, you want to, if you buy vegetables and proper nutrients for yourself, you're going to obviously feel better and do better, right? Than if you're just eating a bunch of cake or something. So it's just like with plants and humans. You want to make sure you're giving the best to your plant, just like you would for yourself. Something else you really need to consider is how far under the soil you're going to plant the seed. And I'm actually going to personally show you that with my next visual aid. So let me get that. Okay, so I have it, and I have my soil ready, and this is my seed. I know it's really hard to see. They're pretty small. But anyway, you're just going to take and kind of make a small little hole, and according to Stevens, it's about 1/2 inch, right? So it's hard for me to show this kind of, but you're just going to want to stick it in there, right? And then cover it up nicely. And you see how my soil is high, and that's important for your sunlight. So, okay, that's my second visual aid. Now your next question may be, if I planted it in a pot like I have, can I move it? Yes, according to Burpee.com, it can be started indoors because of frost and low temperatures. You don't want your cucumber exposed to that, which right now I live in South Dakota, so of course they need to stay in here. I'm about to move them out though because it's getting a lot warmer here. According to Burpee.com, 70 degrees is recommended for the cucumbers. Like I said, I'm gonna move mine once it's just a little bit warmer. Water is super important for cucumbers. According to Almanac.com, 1/2 inch per week. And that brings me to my other visual aid, which I'm gonna show you how much water. Okay, so you're just gonna take, I have a pot here and the seed we just planted, and you're just gonna put in a little bit, like that. To make it, just make sure the soil is moist, and it should be moist to the touch, right? So you should touch it and make sure it's just moist. And if it is, then you've done a good job. And if it's not, then you should put some more water in there, okay? To make sure it does. Anyway, I'm gonna put this back. For me personally, I water mine every other day because to maintain that moist level, I think it is important to make sure you're remembering to water it, even if you do a little bit less. According to almanac.com, it's actually the most important step in growing them. Like I said, I check it with my finger, and through research, it says that's a good way to do it. You just want to make sure it's moist. You may wonder how much sunlight, and according to SF Gate, it's 8 hours per day. So that's a lot of sunlight. You want to make sure if they're in a pot, they're by the window, or you take them outside. I personally take mine outside. According to Farmer's Almanac for Kids, they are fast growing. So that's definitely something to look forward to. What season? Late spring or early summer to plant these. According to SF Gate, they hate cold and extreme heat. So you need to make sure you're not putting them in either one of those things. Personally for me, I'm not much of a gardener, but I was able to grow these cucumbers. So I think you definitely can if you take the steps and you follow them through the ones that I've given you. And I hope that you learned something from this video. And I'm excited to actually show you the ones that have sprouted for me. Right? So let me get them. Okay, these are one of mine. And you'll have to excuse them a bit. They did look a lot better, but my cat actually bit into them. So that's definitely something you should consider, is not keeping them near animals. So he's a little bit naughty, but they will be just fine. So I have a few pots of them. So anyway, thank you guys so much for listening, and I hope you enjoyed my video.